Not that long ago, my friend and I were talking about Lord of the Rings, as you do. And he's also a big Lego fan, so somehow we came to the brilliant idea that we should make a giant legless Lego Legolas. We thought it was really funny, but little did we know, we didn't exactly invent anything new. Legless Lego Legolas has been a thing on the internet for a while.
Ah! Dude! What the heck?
Now you're a legless Lego Legolas.
So yeah, we were a little sad that we didn't invent anything original, and also sad that there is no giant legless Lego Legolas to build. But then I had an idea. See, my friend's birthday is coming up soon, and instead of buying parts to make a lame legless Lego Legolas brickhead, why not make a legendary legless Lego Legolas cake instead? Now, I do like to bake in my free time, but usually I'm not that ambitious with my sweet treats, so I knew this would be a challenge. But I had a plan in mind. The idea was pretty straightforward after all, to make this into a cake. Simple enough in theory, right? But is it though? I started building the cake up in my mind. I decided that it should be 2 tiers and 2 flavors. Why not? Let's make it even more complicated, right? The idea was to make and assemble them roughly in this manner. 2 tiers, 3 layers for the torso, 2 for the head, although that was subject to change depending on how the cake would actually end up looking once it was made. And I would use some cake scraps for the arms too. The whole thing would get covered in fondant and decorated to actually look like Lego Legolas, a legless Lego Legolas. So now let's actually make this thing. The recipes that I'm using are from Emma's Goodies, a channel here on YouTube, and if you don't know it, you should really go check it out. Her recipes are some of my go-tos whenever I bake. And yeah, let's not experiment with the cakes themselves, let's stick to what we know is good. There will be plenty of experimenting with the fondant. I made the cakes yesterday, which was pretty uneventful, but here is some B-roll footage anyway, so that you can rest assured that I'm not lying and that I didn't secretly have some elves or hobbits bake the cakes for me. Not baking your own cakes shall not pass.
Fake a cake! Fake a cake!
You shall not pass!
I started with the chocolate cake that will be Legolas's head. I won't go over the whole recipe, but you can see how much fun I had singing along to the Hamilton playlist while I was baking.
I will send a Julian battalion to remind you of my love.
The filling for this cake is a chocolate Nutella ganache, and it's divine. I use this discount Nutella spread because it's cheaper and it still tastes just as amazing. Next was the vanilla cake, but alas, I had to make it all alone because my sous chef decided to take a break indefinitely. This cake has a buttercream-like filling. It's mascarpone with sugar and whipped cream, essentially. It's a very thick type of filling, very stable and great for building up height in cakes. As soon as my chocolate cake was done, I took it out of the pan and prepared it for the vanilla cake, because I'm not a bakery and I only have this one cake tin. I added the dry ingredients to the wet mix, and into the oven it went. This round thing is a piece of cardboard wrapped in aluminum foil, and it will support Legolas's head when it rests on top of the torso. I traced it to cut out a smaller circle or cylinder out of the chocolate cake. The ganache was chilled and the cake was ready to be layered. I put the ganache in the middle, of course, and then I crumb coated the exterior all around. Then it was time for the vanilla cake. This one was cut into 3 layers, and it got the vanilla mascarpone filling as well as crumb coat all around. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with how high this cake got in the end. A corner or 2 needed to be filled in, which wasn't a problem at all, and I also used these scraps to add even more height. It will all get covered in fondant in the end, so it should be fine. I'm putting bamboo drinking straws in the middle. When I bought the supplies for decoration, I forgot to buy those little dowels. Usually they're plastic and they're like little sticks that are used to support layered tiered cakes. I went on a baking supplies website to get literally two things: fondant and dowels. And I forgot the dowels. Story of my life. But yeah, thankfully I had some straws on hand and they did a fantastic job. It's at this point that I realized the head would end up too big, so I did this to it. And I just covered it in more ganache. I had so much of it left, thankfully this wasn't a problem. To the torso I added the arms, scraps of vanilla cake as you can see, but later I added even more of the chocolate cake on top of the vanilla arms to bulk them up. And of course everything got crumb coated in mascarpone cream. I put the cakes in the fridge to set overnight, and now we are ready for the real deal. To decorate them and cover them in fondant and make them into the Legolas cake that it was always meant to be. And remember how I said it was my friend's birthday and I'm basically making this for his birthday? Yeah, you're gonna want to stick around to see his reaction to the cake. Those of you with sharp eyes may have noticed a little box sitting here on the counter. Let me tell you what we have a whole bunch of fondant here. I have this sage green for Legolas's outfit. Then we have this yellow, it's a little bit ochre, but you know, yellow for the hair. Then of course we need the skin. We have some ivory and some brown for the decorations, for, you know, the leather bits on his outfit. Reference picture here. And in addition to that, I also got two really cool things. First is this really nifty sculpting tool. I'm hoping to use this to, you know, carve out his features and little ridges in the leather bits, just to give it that extra oomph. And I got something really fun. This is this food pen. I'm hoping to paint Legolas's features and some other extra details with this. I rolled out this green fondant first to cover the torso with it. And I watched a tutorial on YouTube on how to cover a square cake with fondant. This one's not exactly square, but ish. It has corners, so let's hope this works out as planned. Next, we need the skin-colored fondant for the top tier cake. This is the easier part, but I also need to make him a pair of those elven ears, of course. Next is the leather belt / sash out of this brown fondant. For this one, I'm gonna roll it out, cut out the shapes here on the table, just 2 long strips. I'll put them on and then add a textured look with this sculpting tool. I don't really have a plan for the ears, I'm just looking at the photo for reference and trying to make roughly the same shape to the best of my abilities. Okay, now the moment you've been waiting for. The hair. The fondant is kind of ochre, but we'll roll with it. I'll be honest, here is where I wasn't exactly sure how to make this. As you can see, I gave his head a little... You know how Lego heads have that little thing on top? I wanted to do that so the fondant has something to rest on and that I don't have to make just a ball of fondant for the hair right on top. Anyway, yeah, let's make those Legolas locks. So here we go. We can finally do the finishing touches. Let's give this elven boy a face. I don't have any blue for the shirt or silver for the clasps and metal bits, but I'm hoping that if I take some of the leftover ivory and mix it with brown, I'll get some sort of lighter brown that can work for the metal bits. Let's try to do that. This was so much fun. Look at, he is as big as my head, bigger than my head. This is insane. He's a little bit rough around the edges, but this was such a fun project. I love it. But now, here is for the real test, because my friend is coming in a couple of hours. He has no idea that I made this. It's not actually his birthday yet, so of course he won't be expecting it. And we're gonna try to get his reaction to our lovely, legendary Legolas cake. Come here.
I'm coming. se ne robi sliši. O! A ne me jebate. A že naredila?
Here he is!
Oh my god.
Vedela sem, da če naredim direkt za tvoj rojstni dan, pač you're gonna be expecting it. Tako če je pa en random dan, you're gonna be like, no.
Oh my god.
Here is your Legolas cake!
Oh my
Happy early birthday
That's
to you!
awesome. To nisem dojel. Sam tako, tle gledam, ko vidim v telefonu. Kaj je to? In pol obrnem glavo in oh my.
Here he is!
That's awesome, look at him. And the long blonde hair.
To zeleni fant mi je malo nagajal, ampak...
Sploh, I can't even imagine, koliko cajta s to dela, ne?
Včeraj pa danes. Včeraj torte, danes decoration.
That's awesome, res, no. Thank you. Oh.
This is your early birthday cake, drugače. You get to take him home. This has been a huge challenge, but so rewarding. I love the way he turned out, and I hope you had half as much fun watching the video as I had making this creation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more Lord of the Rings themed content and other type of content. We do a lot of things on this channel, so you never know what's coming. So yeah, don't forget to like this lovely Legless Legolas cake and share him with other Lord of the Rings fans in your life. I guess this is it for this video. I'll see you soon, but he won't.